What's up, everybody? This is Big Herc back for another edition of Prison Talk, the motivational edition. And I want to share with you guys the topic mentor. Having a good mentor in life can make a big difference in the choices you make. And a lot of people grow up without a mentor or somebody to give them guidance or insight or just advice in general. You look to your parents in the sense for advice, but sometimes your parents are limited. So you may look to a teacher, you may look to a friend, maybe another family member, but having somebody you can relate to in life, it helps you make better choices and it opens your eyes up to a lot of various opportunities. So growing up, me personally, I didn't really have a mentor. I had family members that cared about me, but nobody to really give me advice on how I should go about doing certain things. I wanted to start a clothing company when I was young. Didn't have a mentor for that, so I kind of tried things, and if they worked, they worked. But I dabbled in that when I was younger. I tried to design shoes when I was younger. I tried to get into BMX and skateboarding, starting a skateboard company, a lot of different things of that nature. I was always pretty entrepreneurial, but never really had a mentor or anybody to give me sound advice. I always wanted to do things outside the norm. I never wanted to be just a regular kid. And I felt that I deserved to be a millionaire. So I was always looking for ways to make money. And that's what kind of led to me doing a lot of the things that got me in trouble, because I was one of those kids who would just try things. And, as I looked for mentors around me, the guys in the neighborhood with the jerry curls, with the nice cars, with the girls, with the money, those were the guys I kind of looked up to because they looked like they were living a good life. They had money, they had cars, they had women, they pretty much did what they wanted to do. And it seemed like that was, the path I wanted to take. So I followed those guys. Sold dope, didn't know how to sell dope, kind of just, bought a couple rocks and started selling them, but didn't really know what I was doing. Got busted, got out, went to, stayed out of trouble for a little while, but got back in trouble again, listening to somebody, talking about robbing a drug dealer. So I got caught up in a home invasion, did time, got out, but still had that mentality where, hey, I can still take chances. And the last chance I took was the one that landed me in federal prison for bank robbery. Now, it wasn't until I got to federal prison that I really sat down and thought about my life. I was about 25 and I was looking at 120 months. And, you think about a lot of things when you start calculating 120 months in your head. You think like, wow, 120 months. Damn, that's a fucking decade. That's a long motherfucking time. What the hell am I doing with myself? So I, took it upon myself to start researching law, to try to figure out, if there was any technicality I could possibly get out on. Was there an avenue? Maybe I could file a motion to try to get my time reduced. I just started doing a lot of studying. And in that process, I met my first mentor, which was an older white guy, ex-Vietnam vet, who was serving 30 years for producing synthetic heroin. And this guy used to see me going to a law library, and he pulled me over one time and said, "Hey, man, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm researching, my case. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I can get out of here." I said, "Man, this is crazy, man. I don't want to do all my time." He said, "Man, come talk to me." So I went up and talked to him, and he laced me on a lot of legal elements. Black's Law Dictionary, congressional acts, the Constitution, how to shepherdize cases, how to file motions, just a lot of little things, things that I would have never have known, and this guy seen something in me. So, we used to kick it a lot, and he put me up on a lot of game about the Federal Reserve, about just the economy, about the monetary system, a lot of different things that I didn't know. And things that they don't really teach you in class, but things that you should be taught about just the economy in general. So he kind of put me on a path to kind of learning and opening my eyes up in general. And after talking with him and being basically under his, tutelage, I felt pretty dumb, man. I mean, not dumb in the sense of dumb, but dumb that I committed the bank robbery. Dumb that I allowed myself to get caught up in a situation where I was around all these different people and I had somebody that controlled every aspect of my life. I felt like I got duped, I got tricked into believing in something and it was just an illusion. So, I continued to learn under him, and like I said, it really opened my eyes up to a lot of things, and he taught me a lot about myself, and he just, basically, gave me confidence, and let me know that, hey, you're, it's all right, you made a mistake, but now if you take the time to learn, you won't make those mistakes again. And after him, I met another mentor who was an older black gentleman who had been pretty successful when he was on the streets, but through crime, of course. But he was very intelligent, very intellectual, very spiritual. He laced me on a lot of spiritual books, Deepak Chopra, Neil Donald Scott Walsh, Conversations with God. Just a lot of things that really spiritually opened my eyes up and helped me, get to know myself better from a spiritual sense. And I think that was one of the most important aspects that changed my path, as far as where I was as a spiritual being. The first guy helped me out as far as, with the legal aspect and just, general knowledge and, things about the government. But this guy, he didn't know as much about the government or the economy. I mean, he knew about real estate and investing, but he had no idea that this country was bankrupt or that we were dealing with, Federal Reserve notes that were instruments of debt. He didn't understand any of that. The first guy did. But what he did understand was spirituality, and that really helped me out a lot. And it helped me center myself and come to a point where I learned to really love myself. So he took, the knowledge I got from him, I took, and I basically expounded on it and read all I could as far as just different books about self-help and things of that nature. And I try to take full advantage of the time I spent with both him and my first mentor. And so after I left those guys, I kind of, continued to learn on my own, and I formed a group, and we started doing a lot of self-help things together and basically shared, information. And I try to pass on what I learned from my mentors to my friends, and so that they could share with their friends. And, that's pretty much what I did with my time. But my point being is having a mentor or somebody you can look up to, whether it be a parent, a teacher, a professor, a friend, somebody who's going to give you some knowledge, somebody who's going to open your eyes, somebody who's going to support your dreams and actually encourage you to do well, is somebody that's a special person. And everybody needs that special person in your life. So, if you can find that mentor, or if there's a mentor out there that's been able to open your eyes, congratulate that person, because that's, I think, one of the most important things any kid or individual can have in their life. Because, I had to go to hell to find mine. I wish I would have found a mentor before I started doing a lot of the dumb shit I did. Because, having a parent is different than having a mentor. A parent raises you, they can tell you, don't do this, you'll get in trouble. But a mentor, he's a visionary with you. He helps you basically perfect your dreams or cultivate your ideas. A mentor, he encourages you where maybe your parents don't know how to, because maybe he has knowledge your parents don't have. So, just take advantage if you do have a mentor. Thank him or thank her, and just keep learning, and don't let anybody tell you you can't do what you vision, and always pursue your dreams. And I'm Big Hurt, signing out.